Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining us today. So I've been giving Big Red, she doesn't have a name yet, a bit of a clean ahead of our first family trip that we're going on Friday. So there'll be a future vlog on how we get on our first trip away, all 3 humans and 2 dogs. So because I've just given her a little bit of a clean and tidy and organised a few things, I thought it'd be good to give you a bit of a van tour. So here it is. This is our beautiful red long wheelbase T6 transporter camper van. We absolutely love it already. So as you can see, we've got pop tops up. I just wanted to give everything a bit of an airing today, and also Hannah's been up there doing her homework up in the pop top, which is great. I mean, she's thoroughly enjoyed herself. Okay, right, let's have a look round. We'll see front of the van. There's nothing particularly exciting there. Moving around the side, electrical hookups in at the moment, just because I've been doing some work in the van and everything, so I just want to have the electrics on. So down the side there, and as you can see, we've got where the electrical hookup comes in. It's connected up to the house at the moment. We went, as you will have seen in one of our earlier vlogs, went and bought a 25 metre cable just to be on the safe side. So we've already got a 10 metre that came with the van, and we've now got a 25 metre as well, just to be sure. And then next to that is the water tank, so the inlet for the water tank. Again, it's not a massive tank, but it's certainly going to be sufficient for a couple of days away and washing up and teeth cleaning and all of that kind of jazz. Okay, so moving round then to the back of the van. As you can see, we've got a bike rack for 2 bikes, which will more than likely double as a washing line, I would imagine. And then moving into the van itself. Now I'm going to try and avoid knocking myself out, because I've already hit myself twice on the head with this today, so that's really not a good plan. Right, into the back of the van then. So first of all, first thing you can see is the back of the rock and roll bed. But the way that this van has been set up is you've got quite a useful bench seat there as well. It's not very wide, so it's more for perching than lounging, I would say. But it's a useful little seat just for sitting and watching the world go by. But it also serves as some great storage while we're travelling, for the duvets and pillows and that kind of thing. Below that, there's the underbed storage. Really good underbed storage space, as you can see. In there at the moment is the thermal cover for the pop top and also the front windscreen cover, and then next to it there's another bit of handy storage as well, which is where we've got our hose reel and various connectors for each of the different campsites, and then next to that is the wheel jack. So shut that back up again. Right, moving up then to the other cupboards at the back. So first of all, excuse the mess in this one, it's full of all our stuff, but really useful storage. So first of all, in here we've got the all important fire extinguisher, absolutely vital piece of kit. Then moving around, we've got the sergeant unit for all the electrics, with the fuses and the fuse switches, and then what you can't see underneath here is where the water tank is, obviously fed from the outside, as you've seen before. So really good space, and it's currently full of all sorts of stuff, including a great big box of biscuits. Okay, shut that one up. Move down then. Moving down, we've got a 240 volt socket when we're on hookup, and also a 12 volt which will run off the leisure battery. Really useful to have those at the back if we wanted to sit, have some music outside or whatever. And then moving down to the gas locker at the bottom. So again, all done out properly, proper gas locker, all secured in. So useful little space. The one thing that we didn't know until we went to pick the van up is we've actually also got underneath, and I'll see if I can show you, you might just be able to see it there, is a connection point for a gas barbecue. So that's really useful. Whether we'll use it, I don't know, but it's nice to have the option. So that is the back of the van. So let's get this shut up properly, and again, I'll try not to knock myself out with the bike rack. I might make for good video. Okay, so that's side one. And there we go, so that's the back of the van done. Right, move around the other side. I mean, isn't she a beautiful colour? Love the VW decal that we've got on the side, and these enormous great big wheels with the red brake calipers. if you've watched our collection day vlog, you'll know that we had somewhat of a mishap with one of our tyres. In fact, I think it was this one, it was the rear passenger side tyre, that we had a bolt that we either picked up on the way back from picking her up, or while we were just running around town taking her to show family. So that was an unfortunate and costly first day. Again, back up onto the pop top. You see we've got the band that goes around it just to help to pull the sides in when you bring the pop top down. No solar panel yet, but that's certainly on the to-do list, I would imagine, for next summer, is just to get a solar panel fitted. Just quickly show you the inside of the cab. Fairly standard T6 interior, stereo with kind of media pack, connect your phones, listen to Spotify, all that kind of thing. Doesn't have sat nav, but we'll be using Waze on our phones anyway. And then we've obviously got front passenger seat, front driver seat, and 2 belted seats in the front, and the seat does swivel. It's a bit of a faff, but I'm sure we'll get better at it as time goes by. So that is pretty much it for the outside of Big Red. So let me move to the inside and we'll show you some of the inside of the van. Hello and welcome to the inside of Big Red. I'm going to give you a bit of a short tour around the van, just to show you all the ins and outs, the cubby holes, the little bits of things that we found that we didn't know when we first got it. But let me turn the camera around and give you a bit of a tour. Let's start right at the front of the van. So underneath the driver's seat there, you've got leisure battery. You've also got a bit of storage just behind there. We've got our stool table behind there, but there's also room to put the table out of the van there as well. And then moving on next to that, well let's start up at the top. So we've got 3 of these storage lockers. So this one's the one that's got all our mugs and cups and various things in. So we've got 3 of these. Moving along, so this one's got tea and coffee, and then the one at the end I think has just got bits of food and various other things. So some really good storage here. 3 good storage lockers that run all the way through the van. We found we've got, well at the moment we think we've got plenty of space, but let's wait and see until we've taken her out. Moving down from there then, we've got the sink there, which has already got, you know, just bits that we're going to be travelling with, so washing up liquid, tea towel, etc. And then next to there we've got the 2-burner stove. So it's a Dometic stove and sink unit, and Dometic fridge as well. So all fairly standard stuff. Okay, right, let's move down from there. So over to the fridge. So usual size fridge. At the moment all it seems to have is tins of gin and some Coke, but yeah, fridge with a little freezer compartment at the top, little compressor fridge, perfect size, and above that is the cutlery drawer. So it's just got all our cutlery and various other bits and bobs. Okay, so moving along from there then, pull out bin. Thanks to Colin from Yorkshire Pop Top for featuring that on one of his vlogs, because we found that really useful. So, and that's attached to this main cupboard. Let's move back, there we go. So this cupboard has got all of our plates, dishes, cooking stuff, our little camping gas stove in case we need it, or we don't want to, we want to just sit outside and make a brew. And at the bottom we've got all our food with a load of IKEA boxes, as you can see at the back. They've got our tins in, stops everything rattling. So that's there. Moving on, and we've got the table up, as you can see at the moment, which I'll take down in a minute. But underneath the table there you've got our grill. Previous owners, I don't think, had ever used it. And then underneath the grill is another really good storage cupboard, and this one is absolutely massive. Now at the moment we've just got our kind of householdy type stuff, so wipes, cloths, bin bags, kitchen towel. Well, toilet rolls will probably go maybe under here, but maybe not, because we won't be able to get out them when the bed's out, which is one of the things that Paul learned when he took the van out just for a night on Wednesday this week, was making sure that you're organised and you've got everything out at night that you might need during the night, because when the bed's out, the bed kind of comes to maybe here, so you can't get at things that's in these cupboards, so you know, things that you learn. This cupboard, you probably can't tell, I'll see if I can just, there, goes all the way along to towards the back of the van, so we've got dog bowls and stuff under there now, but it's a massive cupboard and we've nowhere near filled it, but I'm sure we will. We've got, you might not be able to see, lighting that runs underneath the units here. There's switches in the one of the cupboards at the back there, and that was one of the new things. The dealer that we bought the van from spent ages trying to find where the switch was for those lights. And then you've got the rock and roll bed. Right, so I've just taken the table down so you can get an idea of the space. As I say, with this being a long wheelbase, you probably get about an extra foot, but when the rock and roll bed's down, it comes to here, so you've got all that space from the edge of the grille all the way to the seats at the front, which is spare, so that's going to be great for the dogs, although I seriously suspect that Bobby will want to sleep on the end of the bed with us, and Bailey will probably want to sleep on the front seat when it's swiveled round, but only time will tell whether that's what actually happens. Right, so moving along to this side of the van, so we're now towards the back cupboard. We've got the control for our Webasto diesel heater, and we've had that on a few times, and boy does it pump out some heat, so I don't think we're going to be cold. And then moving down from that, there's the control panel for the Sergeant unit, so we've got on, or off and on again. Let's put some lights on, so that's the button for the lights. We've got leisure battery level, vehicle battery level, the pump for the water, and then the on off for the lights as well, so that's really useful. And then below there we've got two 240 volt socket, and then this is two USBs as well, which is really handy to have the USBs. And we thought that's where we'd have to charge the phone, but when we bought the van we never really kind of paid this much notice, but there was this pad here and we'd never looked at it, didn't really think what it was. To be honest, we thought maybe it was just a vent for the heating, but I started to wonder what it might be, and then I realised, oh, it's got a Wi-Fi sort of phone symbol on it, and it turns out it's a charging pad for mobiles. Yeah, whoever had this van converted is pretty much thought of everything, so yeah, we can charge our mobiles from there. And then moving down, handy little pull out table. That'll be great for at night, you know, to have your drinks on or play a game of cards, or just, you know, put your book on, so that's there. And then another handy cupboard, which is really deep actually, and this has got all kind of got a radio in there, spare bits and bobs of other stuff, a lamp and various other things. I can see that this one might turn into our glory hole, I think, but hey ho. So that's it from the storage. Oh no, sorry, I tell a lie. Just above the rock and roll bed we've got another cupboard which runs the width of the van. If we open that one up, this one's got all our games in, if you want to know more about the games we've bought, check out our accessories video, but it's got the games in it we bought for the van, and also a shed load of maps and guidebooks and various other bits and pieces in there too. Just moving round then, we've got smoke alarm. In the cupboard at the side we've also got a carbon monoxide alarm, and then running along the van on this side we've got 4 spotlights, and these are touch sensitive, so if you just touch the edge of them and they go on and off. And then finally, just over behind the rock and roll bed, we've got a reading light as well, which, let's see if I can get switch that on. Can't find the switch, but yes, there we go. So you can have it on blue, or have the light on. There you go. So again, little reading light. Okay, right, so let me just quickly demonstrate then pulling the bed out. So taking the bed down or pulling the bed down is really easy. There's a little screwy knob, excuse the term, down here. So we just undo that. Okay, so once that's off, take the screw off. And then basically there's a handle under the bed and it's just a question of pulling it flat. And that is our rock and roll bed. Now, I'm 5'4", Paul's 6'4". Paul slept on it already and had no problems at all, so let's hope it's the same when I've got to share it with him as well. Putting the bed back is just as easy as it is to get down. All you need to do, pull this handle here, just pull it up sharply and then just push. Push it back, take the screw again and just screw it back in just to secure the bed. Very, very simple. Right, last but certainly not least, let me just quickly show you the pop top and Hannah's domain. As I say, she's spent today doing her homework up there, so she must like it. So pull the roof down, and if you can see, there is the pop top. It's absolutely enormous up there. Hannah's been up, she thinks it's great. She's thoroughly looking forward to it. Yeah, I think she'll get a good night's sleep. No, and it's already got quite a decent mattress. Let me just try and focus so you can see, but there's a good 1-inch mattress up there already. So I think the first time out we'll see how comfortable she is and whether there's a need to put any other mattress or anything, but she's going to have a double duvet and pillow up there as well. So I think she'll be nice and snug and warm. Plus, as I mentioned before, we've already got a wraparound thermal pop top cover if we need it. Moving round then, so 2 side windows that zip open, one at the front, again there's the other one at the side, and also there's 2 lights in the front, so bendable kind of reading lights. They've got 2 settings, so you've got off, light on, light a bit brighter and off again. And also these have both got both lights, one on each side, have got USBs in as well. So again, Hannah's very excited because it means she's got somewhere to charge her phone. Well, that's about it. Hope you've enjoyed our very brief tour of our van. We absolutely love her. She's going to be great. We're really looking forward to going out and doing our trips and filming them and sharing our journeys with you. And I hope you enjoy coming along with us for the ride. The one last thing I was going to say is that only being, well, a smidge under 5'4", I was a little bit worried about being able to get the pop top down. The first time I tried to do it, I couldn't do it on my own. And I was concerned that if I was on a trip on my own, I'd struggle to do it. I think mainly it was quite stiff because it's hardly been used. We've been ever so lucky with this van that it's 2 years old, the conversion's just over a year old, but it's barely been used. But I've now done it a couple of times on my own. It seems to have loosened up a little bit now, so that's a good thing. So if I can do it, and I'm, you know, say just under 5'4", then I think anybody of a shorter stature is not going to have too much of a problem. If you've not already, then please consider subscribing to our channel. We are new guys on the block, and we've got loads of adventures to share with you as the next months and years go by. If you've enjoyed this video, then please give it a like, big thumbs up. Really helps us as a new channel, and helps YouTube know that you like what we're doing. Other than that, I think all remains to say is happy travels for anyone who's out in their vans, and we'll see you again soon.